Hello everybody and welcome back to Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. So many things have developed throughout the past few days when I've been just dropping in and out of this game trying to work out whether or not this car is worth doing. And yeah, things have changed since the previous episode. In the previous episode we did a few compression tests and yeah, it was okay, but things didn't seem 100% right. There were a few wearing parts on the engine and yeah, other things were missing off the car, for example, the bonnet. But that just didn't seem too bad until today, when I have actually made a remarkable discovery. Well, actually, what I was going to do today initially was paint the car, and then, yeah, that would pretty much be the video. But when I came into the workshop today, I discovered this engine didn't have an engine manifold, an exhaust manifold I should say. It didn't have a sump, and the sump for some reason won't fit. I have bought a brand new one, the correct one, OHV V8. Doesn't fit. I can't see why it doesn't fit. It's not even allowing me to fit it. So if anyone's experienced an issue with that, then please do let me know. I know this game isn't polished, so it could be a glitch, who knows. But then, yeah, I did a bit of an inspecting in here as well, and let me just click on the engine, sorry, and yeah, I basically discovered that there were a number of parts which have got some wear on them. Now, nothing is excessive, it's all green or yellow, but one thing which was a little bit concerning was the camshaft just down there. That's fairly worn, and another thing which is concerning is the pistons are unevenly wearing, so that's kind of weird. And then another thing is I had received a comment last week saying that usually the piston rings have had it. Even if the piston is showing as green, you take them out and they seem to have just given up. Which is kind of weird because the compression test didn't show too many bad results, so maybe this car is an exception, maybe this engine is okay. But as someone has told me about that, I'm kind of wary that there is going to be an issue with the piston rings. Now, it's a petrol, so even if it was super low compression, it wouldn't be as drastic as a diesel having super low compression, but either way, it still needs to have a decent amount of compression. That rod cap needs checking. Yep, so that's all okay, I suppose. It's not the best. Yeah, that's got some wear. What about the clutch pressure plate? Yeah, it's pretty good. So yeah, we've got a bit of an issue. We have got a bit of an issue. What we need to do is figure out why I can't fit a sump to it, which is just the bizarrest thing in the world. That is just so weird. This is mount mode, and you can see that it's not even letting me mount one. Even though I've got a number of sumps, very good condition sumps. We've got the correct one, the V8 OHV, and I've got a few others as well. Other ones designed for a V8, and they don't want to know about it either. So yeah, is this car going to be a failure, or is it going to be something which we're going to be able to drive again? Who knows? We've never driven it yet. Now, before I do just continue with the, I think it's going to be an engine rebuild, the car itself, we're going to paint, providing we get the engine working. We're going to put the engine in once it's done. We're then going to attach it to the gearbox and to the drive shaft. We're then going to take it for a spin, and then if everything is good, including the gearbox, we'll bring it back, we'll put it into the paint shop, which is just around this corner. Just around here. As you can see, it's all open. I was ready to do the painting, but no, we had a lot of issues. But yes, if it's all good, then it'll be time to finally paint the thing. Painting is easier with the engine out, but either way, it doesn't matter, it's still possible. So yeah, enough rambling, let's begin. I really don't know if this is even worth it, just because of this stupid issue of, yeah, the sump not wanting to go back on again, which is really odd. Never known it before. But yeah, we'll just take all these ancillaries off first of all. Yep. The joy of Car Mechanic Simulator though is that there is no seized bolts. They all just come off instantly. Makes everything super easy. Whereas in real life, especially with the exhaust manifold bolts, they can be a bit of a pain. Okay, so let me just examine a few things in here. Now, there's probably going to be a few steps which I do, which some people are going to think, hang on, why are you doing that? What a waste of time, it doesn't need doing. But as it's my first car that I've done in Car Mechanics Simulator, I just want to do it as thorough as possible. The next one that we do will be done on a strict budget, and we'll have to make sure that everything which gets changed actually needs to be changed, not just because we feel like doing it. So yeah, and also we'll be keeping a very close eye on all the prices as well. Okay, so everything now which is here can't be removed because we've got to take out the pistons and the main bearings and all the rod caps. So I hope you're remembering which order these things are coming off in. Yes, I think we'll take the pistons out first, because if we take the main bearing caps off first, then obviously the crankshaft is going to want to slip out, and we need to still turn it while removing these pistons to get it all in line. So, although, yeah, nothing like real life really when it comes to how fiddly it is if you get it wrong, the same idea should still be followed, the same principles. Okay, so I think there was another one. Was there another one? Maybe not. Well, we'll soon find out. Anyway, I think they're not... Yeah, they're just all fairly generic. There's not A, B, C for these bearings. And you know what? Because it's a game, or a simulator I should probably say, I bet we can take the crankshaft out now. Or maybe not. Okay. I think I've sorted it. We should now be able to remove all the different parts. Yeah, it doesn't seem to mind. So that's good. And hopefully we can also take the pistons out as well. Or not. It's surprising. I think he wants us to take the head off first. Suppose, yeah. Yeah, makes sense. Well, we'll do it the way the game wants to do it. What we need to do though is just select this engine mount. Come on, come on, get off, get off. There we go. And we'll rotate the engine. No, get off. Engine crane. Rotate it. Yeah. Okay, we'll do top end, strip down. How did you get off this thing? I just did it out of luck. Okay, you right click. Good. So yeah, we'll just take off everything that we see. That seems to be the approach we're going to be taking here. And luckily, we don't actually have to try and remember what we've taken off, because when we go back into assemble mode, it tells us. So that keeps it fairly simple. Okay, got a fuel filter. And then I think we can start with the rockers up here. So we get these head covers off first. Nice. Carburetors. You see, we haven't actually examined these things, so it could still be a total waste of time. Luckily, unlike real life, the money is not an issue. So if it does need a new set of carburetors, fair enough. That's what it shall have. Right, that's cleared a lot of it out of the way. Now, this is when it becomes slightly trickier. We can actually keep, well, at least we should be able to keep the spark plugs in place. There's no real reason to remove them. So what we're going to do now is we need to remove the rocker arms, each one, keeping them in order. Yep, I think the game is just keeping them as generic as possible. There's no particular order to them. If you wanted to buy another one, it'd be the same as all the others, and they're not labelled, so yeah, that's just how it is. I mean, it can't be too difficult, otherwise it's not going to be fun. You'd have to have loads of experience in engine rebuilds. Now we should be able to pull the push rods out. Yeah. Again, these should be kept in the correct order. Different wear patterns and such. And there we go. Okay, it does want us to remove the spark plugs. That is weird. So yeah, it really is a 100% strip down. No particular order for the bolts. We don't have to worry about warping the head. Okay, and the same with this side. The side with the oil fill point in. Yep, so all the rockers off again. It likes to zoom in and out this game. Every time you do one, it zooms in and then zooms out. Which means you keep clicking in the wrong place. But it's fine. It is actually a very good game. But yeah, apparently there were a number of issues when it was released. I think some of them have been sorted out. Out come the push rods. They do tell you the condition when you're removing them. It's all very new, really. Spark plugs are fairly new. Well, these ones aren't quite so new, but they're all different. Why? That's weird. It's like someone's gone out to their shed and thought, you know what? I'm going to change one spark plug today. And then the next week they go out again and say, you know what? I feel like changing another spark plug. And then they just do them all on different days. Well, okay, so can we now remove this ignition distributor? I want to remove it. Don't tell me we have to do all this as well. Strip the distributor down in millions of pieces. It shouldn't come out until the crankshaft's out anyway. Okay, well, yeah. It's not a priority. I shouldn't have taken that off. I really shouldn't have done. What a waste of time. Maybe it's going to let us take the pistons out now. Yay! Sending them out the top. You see, that's another thing. You've got to sort of guess what way the game is going to do it. Hang on. Is there a cap on this one? Oh, there is. I did miss one. And now we should be able to do the crankshaft. Perfect. And the camshaft? No. What's attached to the camshaft? What is attached to the camshaft? I know that is, but I've already tried to remove that and that didn't want to come off. Okay. Once again, we're going to have to rotate it. Oh. Get that off as well. Oh, come on, ignition distributor. Get off. That is weird. I just don't know why that doesn't want to get off. That is just weird. Come on. Oh, I see. It actually does want to have a total strip down. Yes. So I think it is now totally stripped down. Which means that I can examine every part individually. It'll have been examined once removed. So when we go into our inventory, we should see it all. That's the plan, and actually, while I'm here, it's very good. Very good, that block. So the question remains, why couldn't the sump be fitted? Why indeed? It does seem strange, because you can see the silhouette of everything that wants to go back on again, but not the sump. The sump just does not want to go back on. It's almost as if the sump was removed and it damaged the holes where the bolts go. I suppose we could try a different, a completely different block, but that would seem a little bit extreme. Although we can try it. Yeah, 87%. It's fine. It doesn't need a different block. Well, that has obviously that is going to cause an issue. I can't see the need in rebuilding it just yet if it's going to have the same problem. So I'm going to leave it down to you. Hopefully, I know I do ask a lot of you, but if you can tell me how to fit a sump, I know how to fit a sump, this is what's so stupid. But yeah, why it wouldn't, what little thing am I missing off to not let it fit me, let me fit the sump? I need to know. If you do know, then I'd greatly appreciate the help. But yeah, weird. So yeah, I was going to do this yellow or red. One of the two. It's supposed to be silver, and obviously it's this colour at the moment, which is fairly hideous. I do think yellow would look good. I really do. I think it would suit it down to the ground. But if we don't like it, it's about £1,000 or more just to respray it. So we've got to make sure we are happy with it. Everything else on here seems to be complete. I say seems to be because obviously I didn't realise the sump was missing before. But yeah, I mean, if it is just the engine which is at fault, then that's alright. I've just removed a door. That was not meant to happen. Not at all. We also do need to source a bonnet, which is nowhere. So we can have several approaches at this. What we could do is go to a barn, and in the off chance of discovering one in bad condition, we could then bring it back to repaint it, which is actually a more fun way of doing it. However, that is a bit of a long-winded job and it may not work. So what we're going to do is look for the bolt rollet bonnet, and then we're going to buy it and fit it to the car, hopefully now. And if we can do, we'll get it painted in the colour that we're going to do the rest of the car in, and we should be able to get just a general idea, even though it is just the bonnet, of what the colour looks like on the car. So yeah, it should be body, bolt, rollet, I think it is, rollet, yeah. I'm going to have to go down quite a bit until we get to the correct section. Okay, so this is the general vicinity of where we need to be. There it is, the hood. Right, so what we need to do is go over to the spray booth to paint this bonnet. Paint part. And yeah, no other parts do work, I've already checked. So yeah, that's the one we want to do. We need to paint it in, well, I'm hoping, a yellowy colour. I hope it's going to look good. So, quick colours. Ooh, strange livery. I've actually got a really bad angle here. I can't really read what it says. Okay, another discovery. Okay, this is, you can probably tell it's my first time playing the game. It looks to me as if you can only choose the factory colour or the current colour to redo it in. Now, I don't know if this is the case, but it just seems to be the way that it's working it. So again, for those of you who have had plenty of experience with Car Mechanic Simulator, please do let me know. And yeah, I think there's going to be a bit of a breakthrough between this episode and the next one, because we're going to find out everything from my audience. The exact reasons why, for example, the sump doesn't fit, and whether or not we can actually choose a custom colour. Or do we have to go and buy paint colours? I'm not too sure. But yeah, that is pretty much the way I'm interpreting this, that we have to have one of the two colours. But it may not be the case. Anyway, yeah, thank you so much for watching. Again, if you do have any feedback regarding helping with this engine rebuild, then please do let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.